Hello, hello, hello. It's a brand new day, and this is our morning connection. How you doing this morning? I'm Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are here. Just 2 men, you and me, this special connection. Starting off your day, maybe if you're watching me live at 3 a.m. Pacific time, and I know it gets later as we go east, and it's afternoon, it's evening. Whatever it is that you do to make this time, our time together, a part of your day, to check in. Again, just 2 men, you and me, going through this journey of life. The beat goes on day after day. We're just checking in, right? Making sense out of this journey called life. Sometimes it's just the most amazing journey in the world. All our hard work, maybe good fortunes, they all line up and we are just on fire. Life is an amazing journey to live. Right? And if you're in that spot, congratulations. I know that you earned it. The best things in life, those great feelings and emotions, they're not just given away. You earn them, and I hope you appreciate that, and you appreciate these great times. If you're challenged right now, whatever life seems to dish out, the inevitable challenge, I don't care how hardworking you are. I don't care what your best intentions are. You're going to have challenges. Sometimes you have challenges just because you're pushing yourself. If you didn't push yourself, you wouldn't be under this pressure, this stress, the boxing yourself in, right? If you just avoided the pressure, right? So a lot of times we have challenging times just because we want more in life. But those challenging times, they can test us, no doubt about it. If you're in one of those times, I know you've probably been in those times before and you came out of it, and this time too. Just keep on keeping on. I feel you. Been through those times many, many times. I continue to be through those times. I just probably went through one of those times this week. And hang in there. And all that time in between those feelings, those emotions, in between those great times and those challenging times, most of the time we spend at varying degrees of that time in between, whatever it is for you. What's it going to take to get control of your life? Create a plan, all right, to make tomorrow even a brighter day. I talk a lot on this morning connection about what I really believe my superpower is. And by superpower, you hear that a lot on the internet. It's what am I great at? Not necessarily I was born that way. Just maybe for whatever reasons in my mind, it was just something I gravitated to. I found interesting. I put more thought into it, maybe from a young age. The more and more you think about something, the more and more you engage in something, the more and more you immerse yourself into something, and then you do that over time. You can't help be great at it, especially great for the things that you do compared to everything you do. You're going to be great at it. Then you throw in a little bit of talent, a little bit more momentum, a little reference of success, right? That type of thought, that creates your superpower. I'm curious what yours is. It's really important that you know that, so you design a life that's geared around what you're great at, what you love to do. Well, I've always been fascinated why we as people do the things we do. And you're a little bit older like me, AM radio, back in the day, I remember as young as a 12-year-old kid, I would AM radio, and I would listen to the talk radio shows where it was just people conversing back and forth, whatever the topic was. I mean, late night, they'd be talking about whether it's politics or local news or, I don't know, whatever it might have been. Talk radio shows were my thing. The communication, getting inside his mind, helped me really learn about people. I was fascinated with people. Then as I had my challenges in life, right, my growing up and trying to make sense of the world, trying to become more, first in sports, then whatever, on and on and on throughout my entire life, I got really immersed how I could take it in. I couldn't help but share what I've learned, my perspective, and that one thing that I do, and I do with my one-on-one coaching, is that no matter what the challenge is, no matter what the emotional block, sometimes we get blocked in, and we feel this pressure to make the right decisions. Sometimes we get blocked in emotionally. We don't see all the opportunities. When we're in a great situation, we don't double down, triple down. Oh my God, this is an awesome situation. Look at all these opportunities. Let me dig in. Let me get up earlier. Let me stay up later. Let me bet more on me, whatever that is, emotion, time, money, investment, because I've got such a clear path. Let me double down. What a great opportunity I have in front of me. We don't see all that. We see it as good and we take it for, what's great about it. But I'm curious, do you have situations in your past where, you thought, wow, that was a great situation. Why didn't I fully embrace that? Why wasn't I more confident? I should have bet it all. I should have spent more time exploiting that opportunity that I had. Where would I be now? Well, sometimes we get blocked in, and even a good situation that we know it's good, we don't really appreciate how great it is, how much more we can get out of it. And if we did, again, we would put so much willpower, focus, energy, time, joyfully and willingly into it, whatever it takes to just put us just from being a good situation to an amazing situation. Maybe that's the way with your fitness, right? You're doing well, you're doing better than most. I talk to so many men, older men, busy, productive lives. And the first thing that, that they grind themselves up with this opportunity that they have, and they want to be better, and I appreciate that. They're great in their personal lives when it comes to business, when it comes to their relationships, and they're moving over this, maybe late 40s, 50s, even older, whatever it is. And the first thing is that they're grinding themselves up. They're not fully enjoying the position that they're in. And the first thing I'll say is like, okay, I know that a lot of men like you, your age, they're not putting this kind of effort into this. But if you were in a grocery store and it's Saturday, and there's 100 men your age. Now, again, not just the men from the gym who train like you, just men your age. And there's 100 men, they got them all. Where would you be in that group of 100 with your fitness, what you've done with your body, your knowledge of fitness, and your working out, right? And at first, they're humble about it. I appreciate that humility, but only when it serves you. In this case, I don't think it serves you to play yourself down, right, in your own mind. And so when we talk some top 50%, I go, top 50%? Look, it's a big world. I see a lot of men out there who are our age. I go, well, I guess so. And then they think about it. They're at least in the top 20%. All right, out of all 100, 80 guys, and again, they're not working out, they're not paying any attention, so it isn't that it's horribly competitive, but they're in that top 20%. And so think about this. You're in the top 20%, probably of the world of men your age. And what you're doing from that position, that fortunate position, you want to look more like me. You want to be in the top 5%, top 2%. Now, just think that shift. That's a whole different way of looking at the world. I'm in the top 20%, and I want to get in top 5, top 3%. I mean, that's a position of power that you earned. What if you looked at the world that way, and you just poured it on? I'm this far ahead, right? It's kind of like, you remember that back in school or whatever you do when you're running PE, back in school when you had to run, the cross country, the long distance, right? And you were ahead and feeling good, you're feeling tired, but you saw you only had, just 100 yards left, and you said, what the hell? And then you just, from nowhere, you just poured it all on where you thought you were tired, but you just had that far to go, and you poured it on, and you just finished out just magnificently, right? You just pulled that extra energy, that mindset out of nowhere. Because you're doing so good, and you might as well just finish it off. What if you looked at your fitness? What if you looked at your relationships? What if you looked at the business opportunities? I mean, that's what I do right here, right now with you. I'm thinking, wow, what a unique opportunity that I have to be with you right here, right now, right? What more can I do? Can I put even more effort into it? All right. Some things I want you to think about, right? And that's on the positive side, right? And then what about your challenges, right? I know we all go through challenges. What What if you had more poise, more peace of mind? You detach yourself a little emotionally from what the downside that might happen, and you saw more opportunities. Again, I think that's my superpower. That's what I come to you with, is that I can help men like you go through life, and that's what men do. They come to me for coaching week by week, and I just open themselves up to make their good situations even better, to make their challenging situations, just make them aware of more opportunities. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. I thanked one gentleman who he's with a stint of coaching with me, and sometimes like I do this so much with men like you with the one-on-one coaching. Sometimes I don't realize everything I've gone through, all the skill set I've amassed that can help you, all the men I've talked to, right? I mean, I see it. I mean, here I am doing every single day, forcing myself to think about you. How can you not become better? All the, hundreds of men I talk to, every single, I talk to dozens of men, absolutely free. I always make myself available. If you're new, you'll notice that, where I'll open up my phone lines. That's what I'm going to be doing all weekend long. I'm going to be talking to men, whether it's about this personal development for older men, mental toughness for older men, or fitness. I'm going to be doing that all weekend long. And if you want to know how to get a hold of me, just send me an email at skip@skiplecourt.com. I'll put a questionnaire down at the bottom of this broadcast so you can see it too. And all I do is just connect, because I learned so much about my craft, about what I'm passionate about to make my superpower even more powerful, and to help you, right? So I talk to so many men for free, 10, 15 minutes, just all the time. You may see that. I really think that's where the trend of the internet is going to be, is real connection, because there's so much information out there. The information that you need is out there, but there's this disconnect of you emotionally understanding, and it's going to take a master communicator, someone who's passionate, interested, who's not just good at dishing out information, but who's amazing at stepping into your world and helping you feel and see and do the things that you should do. There's just that, help you crack that code. And this is where it's going to go, not disconnect. Oh, he's so important, I can't talk to him. It's going to be just the opposite, because everybody's going to have an amazing camera and a social media platform, and the competition, 7 billion people on the planet. Because if someone wants to say disconnected, oh, I can't even give that guy his email because I'm so important. Those days are so gone, because there's always going to be someone like me who's ready to just connect with you, right? I've always had my first internet website in 1997. And those of you who've been with me for a long time, I've always been out there on the cutting edge. Let me just tell you, if you think it's a little odd that I make myself available and I'll talk to you for 10 or 15 minutes, all right, and you think, what is that? Who does it? Everybody's going to be doing this. Everybody who stays on top of it, right? There's no reason to have this distance between the person who can help you and you with the technology the way it is. Look, here we are, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And here we can connect like this every single day, right? What else can we do? All right, so let me just think about that. You will see this more and more, this type of connection. And so don't be surprised when guys fill out the questionnaires. I say, hey, look for a call. If you fill out that questionnaire, you play all out. I can feel it. I'll give you a call. Right? I'll help you as I read through the questionnaire what your challenge is. Because a lot of times the challenge that you're going through, it's like I've helped out dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of men. Same challenge is just new to you. And if I could talk to you for 10 minutes, be nice to talk to you, learn a way of helping you even more, become better at what it is. I do that all throughout the day. Right? And I'm not talking about the men who invest and really want the intimacy on a week-by-week basis with one-on-one coaching. Not even talking about that. So, all of these dozens and dozens of men for the thousands of hours, that's what I bring to you during this morning connection. All right, let's see. Who do we have here? I always want to connect with you while you're here. I got a message too, right? If you haven't gotten anything out of this, and I'll get back to what I was saying, but I love the comments, the emails, how you're appreciating me showing up with this energy and this passion, and just making you think about your life. Because this is really about you. I'm just throwing all this stuff as I go through the journey of life, as I help out other men, and I'm throwing it out to you, maybe a little bit every single day. Maybe it's the thing that hits you. Wow, that's the perspective that I need. And many times you guys are sending me emails, wow, that was powerful. And I'm going, what? See, I kind of think that everything I say is powerful, right? So I want to know what that is. I appreciate, the comments. So when you send me an email, tell me what you're finding most valuable too. All right. Rami, hello. Good to have you here, sir. Pete, good morning to you, sir. Masashi, top 20% sounds good, right? You've earned that, Masashi. Most of us, if you're watching this morning connection and you do it on a continual basis, you've got that kind of mindset, that kind of heart. I can tell you this, you probably are in the top 20% of men in your group, in your age, doing what you're doing. You're probably already, and you got to appreciate that. And if you aren't in that top 20%, you keep on watching, you keep on doing this connection, you will be. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, right? Because that mindset, you continually focusing on what you want, just a little bit, you can't help but become better, right? We're in that top 20% going for the top 5%, top 3%, right? But we got to appreciate where we are right now. Hello, Rob. Good morning. I hope your family is doing better. Have a great day, my friend. Yes, Rob, we're doing a lot better. Rob is talking about we lost my dog. Later on this month, he would have turned 11. My dog, Alpha, we lost him earlier this week. He developed a tumor in his nose, and, so, yeah, that's it. But I tell you, that, I have some really good people. There's a lot of support. People talk about social media, how bad it is, and you hear people talk about how bad people are. Everybody except for them, of course, right? And maybe their few close friends. And I don't see the world that way, and I think it's empowering that I don't see that world that way. And I got to tell you, right here on this Facebook page, and even on YouTube and on my personal page, hundreds of people reached out, said they understand what our family's going through, and just put their thoughts. I'll tell you, that really helped, more than you may know. It really helped my wife and I. Kids are doing great. We got to keep a close eye on them, but they're doing great. But never would have thought that impact, even though you kind of think about it, what's going to happen. But a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. A lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. And that's a common thing. Some of the strongest men I know who I connected with, they talked about that situation. But thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it, and the private message that you sent me and that reading material. Thank you so much for doing that. All right. So good to have you guys here. Right. I always want to respect your time here. I want just to be the connection. But I wanted to share something. A gentleman who is with me for weekly coaching, and everybody has their view of the world, what they want to get out of it, and so he's going through this coaching process, and this is not just two guys talking, right? We first start out with your dreams, your vision. I help you bring it all out in your most powerful state, who you want to be, what life you want to live, what feelings, emotions you really want. Right? Sometimes we settle, we just get by, years go by, and we've created that type of life. All right? But I get you cleared, folks, and I remind you every single week. But before every session, there's a form that you fill out to get you clear, focus. It makes you reflect back on your week, what you want, how you're doing on it, what you want to get out of this particular call. Because it's really important to me in helping you. And then, I use my skills to give you that and a whole bunch more. Right? And it's an hour. The calls are recorded. We do it on the same day at the same time every week. It's structure, right, as we go through this process of taking you to the next level. And then the next day I let it marinate after we talk, and then there's a form to fill out afterwards where you kind of take in what it is you got from it. It's important to me because we talk about just an hour of power every week, and it has different meaning to you than it may be to me, and I want you to tell me about that. So as I plan the next step, how to coach, guide, and lead you, and that accountability for you. And right, so I throw a lot of things, and I could just feel, some guys get it more than others and appreciate the journey more than others, right? And he was just like off the charts, and I just wanted to check in with him. I said, what are you getting out of this? And he just said how much power he was getting out of it. And I just thanked him. I just thanked him because, I've gone through so many challenges. I've pushed myself too far, maybe took on too much. A lot of victories, right? 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder, all the things I've accomplished, all the men like you I've connected with. A lot of victories, but a lot of challenges. And I continue to face challenges, again, the more and more that you want, and that's what I want to talk about. And, I just thanked him because it makes all that pain, all that suffering, all those hours, all that focus on what has developed in my superpower, that there is a meaning for it. It does have this value to someone else. And, I didn't just go through that journey just for myself, that it has value to you, to him. I just wanted to thank him for that. But here's the thing that, can you believe it? So I get up at, 2:40, just 20 minutes ago, come upstairs, turn on camera, and so most of the times I say, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. And that's what I thought about here. And here I go. I'm not even to my message. I'm 20 minutes into this. So I'm just going to give a little preview, and I want to give this time in a concise manner. But a lot of times in life, we've got a good life. And sometimes that could be the challenge, is that, we've pushed ourselves compared to most. It's safe, it's secure. We don't have we've avoided all the challenges that a lot of people go through. All right? But we're not fulfilled. We're not fulfilled because in our hearts, we know we're not leaving it all on the floor. I would deal with a lot of people in fitness. We've got this mutual passion. A lot of guys competed back in the day. And, now they stop competing. They know they can't put that energy in that part of their life. And they talk about how they just have the passion and drive for life, that there's something missing as they try to round out with family, with children, with life. Some never get on with it. Some of them just stay in that whole fitness world, the repetitive structure and whatever. And they don't get what's going on. Why can't they make that leap? They always say that if you can make it in fitness, right, if you can be that disciplined, you can be successful in any area of life. And when you hear that, you know you're smart, you're disciplined, and you can't make it to the other side, challenges a lot of guys. And I know what that's like. And see, so helping out so many men, going through that journey myself, my wife was a competitor for 9 years, before we met. And so I in understanding people, what I understand is it's that discipline, it's that focus, it's knowing what to do every single minute of the day for this goal you have in mind, for this physique that's developing, the ups and downs and all around. If you have a contest coming up, there's nothing better than that feeling where you're pushing yourself, you're stretching yourself. Every day, every minute of the day, you have to be accountable to something. It's all piecing together for a dream. You got to come back from defeats. You look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm awesome. This is really paying off. And then 2 hours later, you're saying, what am I doing? I'm not good enough. And you're frustrated. But it's just this all-consuming journey. It captures your imagination, your emotion. It makes every minute of the day worth living. This whole journey of fitness, and you have control, where you don't have to depend on everybody, negotiate, influence other people. It's an addictive feeling. It's a feeling of control, right? But it's very, very challenging, especially if you don't know what feelings you're after, to duplicate that in life. A lot of times we're doing well compared to most, and we stop and we say that. We say, something's missing. Something's missing. But what is it? Because I'm doing better than most. What's missing is you're not leaving it all on the floor. You compared to you. You're not stretching yourself. You're not scared enough. All right? You're not demanding enough. And even though you're doing better than most, and it's better than stress and worry, we got to have a little bit to create that excitement, that drama in life, that drives us, positive drama. When it's our game, our life, our story of our life. And we let time, months, years go by without feeling that or doing that or setting up those conditions. Many times that's the thing that's missing. I created this whole course. I spent a lot of time because it helped me. It helped my wife go through what's missing is how to set your entire life up like a contest. That feeling of preparing for a contest, if you know what that means, like where every minute of the day you're accountable. You're thinking about your dream, your vision 100 times a day. And I thought to myself, that's the journey. That's the feeling, the control, the optimism, the eye on the prize, the imagination down the road. What all this work is, getting up early, staying up late, doing one more video. What is the payoff? You have that with your physical body. You have that with the contest. But how can you create that with your entire life? And I started going through a process where identifying the feelings and emotion. I created this 72-point bullet list that I had to do with my life to feel that same thing, to match that emotion that I was missing, and I didn't know it. But it had to pay off bigger, right, than just a trophy and just another national championship. I get up every single morning with that same feeling in mind, whether it's turning on this camera and coming to you. Then I go to the gym a little bit later. I got to think of a topic for Workouts for Older Men Live, to when I greet my kids in the morning, when I wake them up in the morning with my wife, and what we have to do, from our dream board to our morning meeting that we do for 15 minutes, where we ask ourselves what we're grateful for, what makes us happy, what do we love about ourselves, what 3 things we're going to do today. And we turn around to all of each other and say, what I love about you, and we take turns doing that. I mean, 15 minutes of power and connection. That's all part of it. Every minute of the day, if you can stack up with the big picture life of who you want to be, who you ultimately want to be, not just one compartment of your life, because if you do that, and I know what this is like, the rest will suffer. But there is a way, and it's all unique for all of us, to create where everything flows, everything ties in, everything leads to this person that you want to be, and your impact on the world, feelings and emotion, right? Where your fitness, your family, right, your work, your career, all can lead to that one vision. So, I call it setting your entire life up like a contest to win big there too. Anyway, tell me what you got out of today's connection. I'll expand more about that. If you're interested, reach out. This weekend I'm talking to, if you're on my list, you filled out that questionnaire this weekend, I'm spending all week long connecting to you. Send me an email if you want to talk. Go to talkwithskip.com. Some guys have been going here. Go ahead, set up 10 or 15 minutes. Go to that website. It'll bounce you over to my scheduler. Just schedule 10 or 15 minutes. You love this type of energy, type of power. You want some of it, even more than our connection. But let me tell you guys, I am so thankful that you are here for this connection. I get so much out of this, and thank you so much for what you're telling me you're getting out of it too. Really keeps me going. Really appreciate it. Didn't think I was going to have anything to say today. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for today. Hey, you're a little bit older. You got more time behind us than we do in front of us. We got to live each day with passion, with a sense of urgency. That's our key phrase here, is living, loving, connecting, producing with that sense of urgency. Take on the day. Expect the best from yourself. Expect the best from your efforts. Expect the other people. They will get you. It's just a matter of time. Have that faith, have that trust. Again, expect the best in yourself. Expect the best in your efforts, and expect the best of other people. Have a great day.